What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today I am going to be speaking about Lost Battlefield. A lot of people ask me what the best team is, what the best composition is, and how to build a great team. Well, the problem with that question is that everybody's team is so different. No one really has the same heroes anymore. So you have to make sure that you build your team not based off of what you see other people using, but off of what would work best with your talents, with your heroes. So I'm just going to give you the blueprint of what I do to build my team, and also some quick tips about Lost Battlefield and what's one of the best ways to go about doing Lost Battlefields and maximizing all of your points. So let's go ahead and go straight into my team. Now, my team, I have actually run into my team quite a few times, and it doesn't work for everybody. Now, it doesn't mean that I can use it the best, not necessarily. I'm sure that there are people out there that will be able to use the same team but better. But the reason I built the teams the way that I did is because the main thing that I did is I focused each team on one specific hero. Now, of course, you can use 3 or 5 different heroes in every single team, up to 3 teams, but I chose to build one team off of one hero, and then the other parts just basically build off of them. So for example, this team here is what I called my Ares team, and of course this team is based off of Ares getting his proc off. Now, compared to my other team, this team's damage is somewhat pretty below par, so this is why I'm using Pumpkin Duke there as well. Once Pumpkin Duke procs, what I'm counting on is for Death Knight to proc, which actually does a fair bit of damage, but it also provides shields. That way that if for some reason my damage isn't high enough, I'm still protected. And also I have debuffers and a stunner, which is Minotaur and Harpy Queen, to be able to aid my my Ares. So this team is heavily relying upon Ares getting his proc off. And of course I use a side shield for the best chance for my Ares to go off. So I built a team around basically supporting Ares and helping Ares do his job. Now the next team that I have here is based solely off of Skull Knight. Now take a look at everybody else that's here. We have a Moltanica, not very well known for damage, it's mainly there for debuffing. We have a Destroyer, again not mainly known for damage, even though it can do a fairly bit if you haven't skilled high enough. But again, he's not mainly there for damage, he's mainly there for stunning and for deflecting damage and staying alive. The next one I have here is Dread Drake, again not highly known for his damage, but he can tank for days, and of course his stuns and his frequent stuns help Skull Knight. And then the very last hero is going to be my Golem. And of course, again, Golem not well known for his damage, but his healing capabilities and his shield goes really well to set up this whole team and helping Skull Knight kill each single one of their enemies. So this is mainly based off of Skull Knight killing the opponents, and then everybody else just helping Skull Knight do its job. Now the next team that I have is based off of one specific hero, again, same blueprint. This one is based off of Santa Boom. Okay, now a lot of you might think, okay, well there's Vlad, there's Cupid, there's a lot of other great heroes here. Why is it based off of Santa Boom? Well, first of all, mine is double evolved, so his damage is off the roof. But here's why I chose these heroes to support him. First of all, I have Warlock there. I have Warlock there because I am really relying on Santa Boom proccing. And this is why I have my Cupid there as well, because Santa Boom isn't 5 revive. So Cupid procs, Santa Boom procs, and that is already a ton of damage. Vlad in the middle is basically for stunning the enemy as well as the high damage that he does. And while he stuns the enemies, it allows Santa Boom's damage to keep ticking, and that alone is really powerful. And then Trentar is there just in case something goes wrong and my heroes start to die. Trentar can basically just restart the match. Santa Boom comes back to life, procs again, Vlad come back to life, procs again, Warlock, etc. There's a very powerful combination to do a ton of damage really quickly and then if something goes wrong, to make sure your heroes come back. And not to mention that Trentar does have a shield that he gives off to make sure that I win a lot of DPS battles. So as you can see, we're pretty much just looking at one hero, just placing down one hero in each team, and then making sure that that hero is well protected and helped to do its job. Now, the next thing is, once you have your set team, you want to make sure that the team that you are facing, like for instance, let's say Gilly here, I see a Moltanica. You want to make sure that you pick the team that's best suited to go up against a Moltanica, but because that's really the only hint that you have, but that is still an advantage to you, so you want to make sure that you take full advantage of it. Another thing that I want to mention is that you do not want to put your top 5 heroes in the same team, because even though that team is going to be loaded, more than likely, unless you have really powerful heroes, your other teams are going to be lacking. So you want to find a good balance, because remember, you gotta win at least 2 fights, and just winning 1 and losing 2 isn't really gonna get you anywhere. You have to find the balance. If your team is if you only have like 8 or 9 good heroes and then the other ones are kind of meh, then the best strategy is to make 2 teams with your best 2 combinations, and then making a third team with your backup heroes. But usually you want to put maybe like an Atlanta core on that third team, because even though it won't be very powerful, you catch your opponent with a Pumpkin Duke stack at the end, that Atlanta core will win it for you. So that's one thing that you can definitely try to do as far as building a team with not top 15 type of heroes. And as far as Lost Battlefield, the best time to do your runs is basically around this time, about 10 minutes before server reset is usually when it is the best time for you to do your runs, because by that point a lot of people have already done their runs and you're going to run into more people with higher points, which means that every win is going to net you more points. The earlier you do it, the less points overall that you're going to be receiving. And then the very last tip here that I got for you guys is, on Sunday night and Monday morning, right when the server resets and the season ends, you want to do your run right then and there, right at reset, because if you go up against, for instance, you're going to be at 0 points, but if Gilly here hasn't done his run, when I beat him, I'm going to be getting as many points as I would get if he still had all those points. So as you can see here, it's only been 1 day and I'm already at 300. So that is only possible on the first day, so definitely take advantage of that. Definitely take advantage of that. But yeah, those are my top tips for Lost Battlefield. If you have any other tips, or if you have any questions, leave some information in the comment section and I'll try to get to it and try to help you with that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until later.